you could see my barbell sticking out. Like, that's how it look. Watching all these videos, I learned dimple piercings are the hardest piercings to heal because the cheeks are really thick. 2, make sure that the person who's piercing it knows what they're doing. 3, make sure that my barbells are long enough so that my cheeks have room to heal. Boom. Okay, I got it. So now my thing was I need to find a person who's going to do the piercing. So like I told you, when I was calling around, a lot of people thought I was asking for them to do something so treacherous, child. When I mentioned dimple piercings, they were like, absolutely not. Can't do it. So I finally found this lady in Little 5 Points in Atlanta, Georgia. I have to find the name of the shop. If you want to know from watching this video, if you want to know where I went, please comment down below, let me know, and I will look it up just for you so you can have it. I found a lady at a tattoo place there. And another thing that I found out that I wanted to find somebody who had already done the piercing too. I didn't want nobody who was just trying to make money and doing guesswork on my face. So yeah. So found a lady, went in, asked her about the piercings. She told me that she did the guy who operates up front. She did his dimple piercing. So boom, I already have a person who done it before. I can see I can see her work. I can hear his testimonial, all of that. Also, she would not pierce mine right away. So the first time she met me, she was like, I want you to go think about it some more. I want you to do some more research. And after whatever, I forgot the amount of time, she's like, if you come back and you still want me to do it, I'll do it. So I was like, first I was pissed because I really wanted them done. I had worked up this desire to get them done because I was watching videos and looking at pictures every day just to go in and for her to tell me, no, I'm not doing it. You need to think about it some more. So I took her advice, but that also checked off something on my list. I wanted someone who wasn't just trying to do it for the money, but literally was aware, just as I was, of what I could possibly be getting myself into. So that gave me a sense that she had integrity, and this was somebody that I wanted to do my piercings and my taxes, but she doesn't do taxes. But anywho, so I left. I already knew what I wanted, so I was just going away for the time frame she needed me to go away until I came back. So I came back and said, hey, it's me. I still want the piercings. I know what I'm getting into. I want you to do them. And so she warned me again, like, just letting you know, they are the hardest piercings to heal, if they heal. Like, and the guy was telling me in the front, I've already had mine for 2 years. They haven't healed yet. Like, so I'm like, I get what all y'all saying. I still want them. Okay? I still want them. So she took me to the back to do the piercing and took her time, child. When I tell you, like, she turned my face left to right to make sure, because that was another thing too. You had to really make sure where the dimples are placed. So for me, if you can tell, my dimples are closer to my mouth than they are to like my cheekbone. So most people will probably get their dimples here, right? So my dimples are more forward. So anytime you look at me, you can see them. I don't have to turn side to side, but whatever. So she was just making sure that it was lined up. So she took her time to do that. Now here's the other part, the question that people ask me a lot. Did it hurt? Now, let me say this first. Let me preface this by saying this. Ooh, sorry y'all. Showing y'all kind of boobage. It's late. We not wearing no bras. It's late. But I have a high pain tolerance. As you can tell, I have a huge eagle on my chest, and it goes down even deeper. In total, I have like 7 or 8 tattoos. So I have a higher pain tolerance, and I've also had my nose pierced, my labret pierced, and my tongue pierced. Okay, so my tolerance is pretty high. Let's just say that. So with that being said, I want to say this is not one of those piercings where, if you've gotten piercings before, you know how piercers will say 1, 2, 3, right? And then they pierce on 3. They make you think they're going to pierce after 3, but they pierce on 3. Just in case, if you've never had a piercing before, that's going to happen to you. So generally, it works because the veil of skin on my labret, my nose, your tongue is a little bit thicker, but still, it's still a swooping motion. So normally they'll say 1, 2, 3. They'll pierce on 3, tie in the barbell or tie in the ring, and you're done. used to that. The moment you hurt, it's already done. So, oh, it's over. Okay. That's not the case with cheek piercings. It's more like, instead of 1, 2, pierce on 3, it's more like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold it, 7, just a second, pierce all the way through, put the top ring on. So that was about 10. So it's not 3. Because, baby, let me tell you something. I did not know how thick my cheeks were. These cheeks, not these. I didn't know how thick these cheeks were until they got pierced. I said, now, what have I been eating? Because you should be done. Why are you still in there? Pause. But it was just like, yo. So she's like, okay, I'm getting ready to pierce you. Ready? I was like, yes. She's like, 1, 2. And I'm waiting for her to say 3. We're done. She said 3. I said, ooh, get out of there. Get out. She's like, oh, okay, and hold it. Girl, if you don't put this thing on my cheek and leave me alone. I was like, whoo, that was rough. And the only thing that just made it rough is that, again, with piercings, I'm just used to it being over quick. It wasn't long, but it was longer than all of my other piercings. And it's like, dang, bro, how thick is my cheeks? And then the unfortunate part is she had to do it one more time. So it's like, this is some bullshit. Like, these better look great on me. So she did the other one. It was the same thing. 1, 2, 3. I was like, whew. Child, I just felt like my whole right side was just being pulled. So I don't want to scare you. It's not like excruciating pain. I heard that getting your nipples pierced was a lot more painful. But again, I don't know. It's hard to tell because different people have different pain thresholds. You know what I mean? So some things that people told me would hurt, for me, it was like, it hurted, but I just kind of knew it hurted versus me feeling like a lot of pain. It was just like, oh, okay, this hurt. So I don't know. Everybody's pain tolerance is not like that. But they did hurt. But it's, once they're done, it's like, whew, okay, great. That's over. Okay? And so what she did was she started me out with what? I didn't even have to tell her. She started me out with long barbells. So when I first got mine pierced, you could see my barbells sticking out. Like, look. On both sides. I'm going to see if I can find some old pictures or a little video so I can insert here to show y'all how they was sticking out. But if not, this is the real indication. That's how it looked. When my face was relaxed, it was just sticking out. And so she gave me that very long barbell so that when my cheeks swelled, it had room to swell and it did not engulf the piercing. So even when my cheeks swelled, I still had a little bit of barbell sticking out. So she just started me out really long just to be super safe. And I completely appreciate that. The only thing that made that annoying was that when my cheeks started to go down, when the swelling started to go down, my barbells were like super long. And so it was either sticking out or I was chewing on it in my mouth. And I had a cracked tooth at the time, child. And I was on my way to Miami and I had bit down on that barbell and it broke my tooth even more. And I was pissed. That's another story for another time. But other than that, people always ask me, like, do you chew on your barbells? No, because they're tight. So there's a flat back on the inside that lays like this against my cheek. Okay? So I can't feel it at all. It's just flat. What else? So yeah, so she started me with the long barbell, and what she did was she would just set up times that I would come back each week so that she can check up on them and make sure that they were doing good. And if they were doing good, she would shorten my barbell. But even then, she shortened them slowly. So I didn't go from this to like I'm being dramatic, but right now, like, my barbells are like maybe this long. But when I started, they were like that long. And so she didn't take me from here to here, and I wanted her to. I'm not lying. I wanted that dimple look right away. But she didn't. She walked me to this because she's seen the horror stories of what can happen if you shorten the barbells too fast. And I was wearing makeup too, and so it was a lot of scenarios in there that would have seemed like it would have guaranteed that my piercings didn't go well. But when I tell you guys, I was so freaking anal on how to take care of them, which is what the next video is going to be. I'm going to tell you how I took care of my dimple piercings, because I don't want this one to be too long. It already is. But I'm going to tell you how I took care of my dimple piercings. And I don't know if I want to tell you about, it's some other things that I want to tell you that go into having dimple piercings, but I'm not sure if I want to share all of that. So I'll see. But I'm definitely going to go over how to take care of them. Jewels, like what to do in terms of if you lose one, because I've had that happen before too. Oh God. And then just what to look for in terms of who's going to do your piercings and the upkeep. I'm going to talk to y'all about that. And if you have any other questions that I have not answered in this one, or that you want to make sure that I answer in the next video, please leave me them. I don't mind at all answering any question you have. Like I say, a lot of people think about getting this piercing, and after I got it done, I started to see more people with them, but I also started to see people who had them and they were pierced wrong. Or I saw them pierced and they had a bump, the big bump on the other side of the piercing. And so let me show you how to take care of them, please. Like I said, I've had them for over 5 years now, and I'm doing good. Like, I know people who had them for like a year or so and they took them out because they are babies. Like, you have to, when you first get them, now I don't even want to say just first, but you really cannot just do whatever you want to do just because you feel like you look cute now because you got dimples. You absolutely have to take care of them. Ain't no sleeping and no makeup. You hear me? Like, when I first got them done, well, I'll go into the next video, but when I first got them done, I wasn't even wearing makeup because I was not trying to risk anything. And I've heard horror stories. I saw a girl video where she only had one dimple in because the other one fell out and she didn't want to go get it pierced again because of the damage that it caused. I don't want that to happen to you. Like I said, I've been over 5 years and I've been doing really good, and it was because I was very anal on doing my research, which meant YouTubing. And I was being very specific. If I didn't take care of nothing else, I took care of these piercings. So thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget again to leave me your questions that you may have so I can help you, Pooh. So I can let you know what I've done. And yeah, thanks for watching, y'all. I'll see y'all soon. Okay.